Welcome back to K&L Farms. I'm Ken. I hope this video finds you well. Some of this I'll speak from experience and some of it I won't, but we've got about a foot of snow, new snow outside. It's going to get cold, so I'm trying to get some temporary heat inside the garage so I can use the wood shop because it's going to be cold for us through till probably March. So anyway, and this part is experience. Went to the garage sale years ago and I bought this ventless gas heater, and I thought, well, for the time being, for 3 months, I could just try and run it off a propane tank and see if I can actually get it running. But the experience comes in, say you buy an appliance, and I've done this before, wash machine. Go to the garage sale, buy a wash machine, pack it home, pack it up the steps, buy a bunch of fittings and attachments to get to the wash machine or your dryer hooked up, go hook the water up, get everything going, plug it in, and the darn thing doesn't work. And you're out a whole bunch of money. Now, some of this, I realize I'm out money, but I did it for safety reasons, and I'll show some of this down in my Amazon account, linked in the description, if you'd like to go take a look. And part of what I did for safety purposes, not mentioning the fact that I don't even know if the pilot light works or not yet, but I didn't want, this is standard hose. This is a 1/4 inch rubber hose with a regulator on the bottom. You're going to need a regulator. Any application you need, it needs a regulator so that you put the correct pressure into the application. But I didn't want this rubber hose because I was afraid somebody's going to drop something on it here in the garage, be possibly driven over by a car or something. So I got a stainless steel braided hose. And then I have a question for you, and it was puzzling me at the hardware store when I went to the hardware store. But that braided hose, it comes with a 3/8 end on it. That's a 3/8 end. And so I take this fitting. This fitting was on the stove when I got the stove, and this stove's been in the barn probably, I don't know, 5 years, and we bought it for a different application, never utilized it, and I thought, well, this might be able to function. I'm not sure that it functions or it doesn't function yet. But this fitting, it's a 1/2 inch pipe on one end, and it's a 1/2 inch thread on the other. I think they call it a JIC thread, and it normally threads in the end of a regulator. And I went to the hardware store guy, and I told him, or person, I said, hey, I need that with a 3/8 on the end. The first thing I got was, well, they don't make that, which I know they make that. But we could probably rig something up. And I wonder if it's in the maintenance of stocking the shelves these days, or if it's upsale. I was wondering at the time if I'm being upsale. And so in lieu of charging me $8 for the correct part, which he said they didn't own, they gave me 3 other parts, which I actually had to figure out how to make them go together. And the 3 other parts were $5 a piece. So instead of making an $8 sale, they make a $15 sale. I don't know if that's the case or not, but that's what I've been seeing lately. So anyway, I'm going to try and rig this up, try and get that fitting down the bottom of that stove. I've disassembled the grates and all the fake logs just enough so I can see the pilot light and see if I can get the pilot light lit, because if I can get the pilot light lit and there's no major gas leaks, that'll be the first thing, then I'm pretty sure I can get it to work, but I don't know that yet. So anyway, let's try and get this expensive part put together so that I can actually see and thread it in the bottom of the stove. Okay, that looks like it went together correctly. And this is the expensive regulator that I purchased. And plus this one's a little bit longer than a normal one. I'm going to try and get that fitting on there. I'm going to blow off the inside of that a little bit. I got a leaf blower here I've been blowing this stuff out with. Okay. Okay, for a level of caution, I just went in, I got a spray bottle with some soapy water in it. I'm going to turn the propane tank on, and I'm going to spray those fittings I just did. And in theory, they say if it starts to bubble, you got a leak, but I'm trying to make sure I don't have a leak yet. Now, I haven't even tried to hit the pilot light yet. I just want to make sure the fittings aren't bad yet. Okay, that looks okay so far, so good.